to the National Football League on EA Sports. Tonight, it's all on the line. We play for the Lombardi Trophy, as it'll be the AFC champion Baltimore Ravens taking on the NFC champions, the San Francisco 49ers. Brandon Gaudin along with Charles Davis, and what a season it's been for our AFC champions. And this was a fight just to get to the Super Bowl. You got to figure that they are very battle-tested and ready. I'd agree with you 100% about that. You don't get there without having those types of attributes, and that's what you look for in a Super Bowl team. Character, confidence. These guys don't lack for either one of those. Now they're here. Now they're ready to win. Meanwhile, our NFC champions, they have gone through a lot to get where they are. Everybody knows their story this season. What's the key for them as they start this Super Bowl? Let's go full cliche on this one because it works. Remember what got you here. Been a winning formula all season long. This is a team that when we saw them in the preseason, we said they look like a group that has what it takes to be a Super Bowl winning team, and we've been proven right by what we've seen throughout the season. And he'll power his way forward for about 4 yards there on the first down carry. Well, you don't turn your nose up at a gain of 4, do you? They'll take that on first down. Playbook's got to be pretty well open on 2nd and 6. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. First carry for the former Buckeye, J.K. Dobbins. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively. No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock has gone off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 46. And they run with Edwards off the option. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. 2nd down coming up. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. And now Jackson will look to throw it. Being chased out left. And Jackson going to have the first down as he will get to the ground to avoid the contact. Containing him is becoming a big problem. We've already seen this once earlier on this drive. Yeah, and so now 2 times this has happened. Do you adjust something? Yeah, I think you do. I think you got to start thinking about your rush lanes. Try not to either get too wide or too narrow. Make sure someone is there waiting for him to take off. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Jackson on the give to Dobbins. Oh, he bowls over him. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. Well, I can certainly tell my age, partner, because when I was a kid, running backs like J.K. Dobbins with over 2,000 yards in their final season in college, they went early in the draft. Instead, he somehow lasted until the 2nd round. But how great is it to get a guy with that ability who can run it inside, run to the perimeter, and catch the football in the backfield? Be able to get him in the 2nd round, that's what I call a steal. There to stop him on the defensive side, Fred Warner. As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Now it's Jackson. Flush to his right. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. 8th play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on 3rd down. Here's Jackson. And he'll only get this to the 17, well shy of what he needed. He opted to go with a scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th. He was able to get away earlier in the drive, but apparently all the time they put in practice finally came to the front, didn't it? They remembered their lessons and found a way to contain him when he took off on that one. And Tucker, the former Longhorn, puts this one through. 3 points, probably not going to win this Super Bowl, but at least she gets something on the opening drive.
And it's certainly not going to lose it. So the bottom line is, come away with the points now, come back and get greedy later, and try and put it in the end zone.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
First carry now for Trey Sermon. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Now, that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Play action. Now it's Lance. Eluding the pressure right. Lines up and lets it go for Samuel. And it looked like he got the feet down, didn't he? Yes, it's a catch. Touchdown, 49ers. And boy, CD, it's one thing to watch a great run, but when it's a great run with broken contact, it's like a cherry on top. That was a nice play.
Yeah, this is a guy who runs with such balance and control. I mean, he went through that early contact just like he was driving over a speed bump. And he's able to continue his way downfield and wind up in the end zone.
Joey slide out and kick off after the touchdown. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 25.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They trail early on in this Super Bowl as they come up 1st and 10. Here's a throw out wide complete to his running back right side. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1 at the 34-yard line.
Dobbins going to take the handoff on the option. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I'll bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Jackson going to give this one to Edwards. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. When he runs, he seems to do a nice job of knowing when to be patient and find the hole, and then when the hole is there, he goes quickly.
You're exactly right. He knows how to just take off, but you know what else? Brings a little thump with him, doesn't he?
He does.
He packs the boom at the end of the run and finishes it going forward. That's what you want to see out of your backs.
Jackson on 1st down. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
Brings up 3rd down and 11.
Your mama a bum, bitch.
Throwing is Jackson. Catch is made by Marquise Brown.
I know. Go get some money. You commenting on my shit, viewer. Use a viewer. Use a viewer. I appreciate the views, my guy. Oh, I ain't talking to you, bro. I'm talking to a nigga comment on my shit. Right. Right, exactly. Hi, my mama died.
They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. They'll go option to the short side. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Give him 10 yards on the keeper, and it'll lead to a second down. So he is able to turn that into positive yardage, but I think it's fair to say that those are not the shots you're wanting your quarterback to have to absorb.
And he has to know sometimes when to say when. You have to know when to give yourself up, and let's face it, not easy for these guys to do because they're competitors as well. But sometimes you do learn your lesson the hard way, as he did there.
On second down, a run with Dobbins. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6.
I hope we give enough respect to the big guys up front because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been barreling through and picking up first downs.
The 6-yard line.
They'll run with Dobbins. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. J.K. Dobbins, a 6-yard touchdown run. And the Ravens have retaken the lead. Justin Tucker for the extra point. And it's through, and that makes the lead 10-7. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense getting the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. They give the Sermon out of the gun. And not much room to operate as he'll get this up only to about the 41. Brandon Stevens there on the tackle.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Here's 2nd and 9. A play fake for Sermon. Now Lance escaping the pressure right.
Certainly making his presence felt in both the pass and the run game. He's having an impact.
Yeah, his first carry of the game right there. He had hurt him with his arm. Now he's showing that he can shuffle the puppies as well. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. He'll buy some time right. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And all the way down to the 7-yard line. A big play there for the Niners.
The timing was absolutely true as he caught it working across the field. Plenty of space for him to roam. But notice how he keeps his head on a swivel, looking for defenders who may crop up out of nowhere. That turned into a big play.
He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
Again, Sermon. And across the chalk, into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Trey Sermon, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the 49ers have retaken the lead. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And the lead is now 14-10.
14, Ravens 10. Joey Sly set to kick off.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
And down he goes. The 49ers get there. And Nick Bosa so quick on the outside. He gets in there to bring him down.
Third and 10.
Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. They snap it and run. Now it's Jackson. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A big connection on that one. 30 yards. 2 minutes on the clock in the second quarter of this Super Bowl.
46-yard line.
Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. Now Jackson taps his forward jet sweep. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total. Just a simple tap pass, but it pays off in a big way.
And sometimes the simple stuff causes the most problems for a defense because there's a breakdown in communication there. When that receiver goes behind the line of scrimmage and it looks like he's going in motion, someone either has to go with him or he has to be passed off to another defender. Somehow they didn't get that communicated well, and it turned into a nice play.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Here's a give to Dobbins. Trey Greenlaw in there on the tackle.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
2nd and 5 now. Jackson flushed out right. He'll check this down to Dobbins out of the backfield. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. An option handoff here to Dobbins. And they'll get him down right around the 16. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. From the 16, Jackson. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. Nick Bosa, his second sack of the night.
How about that, partner? His second sack of the game, and that puts him in some pretty good company. 17 guys have had 2 sacks in the previous 52 Super Bowls, but only 3 have had the record number of 3 sacks in this game.
And we've got the list here. If he gets another one and everyone behaves nicely, we might just list those out for him. That is caught. It's Bateman for a Raven touchdown. Let's go. Rashad Bateman as the first half is winding down. And the Ravens have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half. Now Tucker to add the PAT. It's good, and they'll take a 17-14 lead. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away.
The Niners take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And we'll see what they opt to do with just 14 seconds remaining until intermission. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock.
Even in today's NFL, when we think of the tight end position now as really a glorified wide receiver, we're still asking a lot of those guys. They have to block as well, and every now and then, they don't come down with the football.
So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing now is Lance. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and of course, foot dragging.
Little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. A final shot before half for Lance. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. So it's halftime here on sports' grandest stage in the Super Bowl. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report.
These two teams have had plenty of extra time to make their final adjustments, but time's just about up. The final half of the NFL season is upon us. So let's get it back out to our Super Bowl broadcast team. Here's Brandon and Charles.
These two teams sat through a longer than usual 30-minute wait, but we're back in action here in this Super Bowl. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they trail here in the Super Bowl, but fortunately for them, Charles, very much still within striking range.
Yeah, things didn't go exactly the way they planned in the first half. To me, they appeared to be a little bit tight, made a few errors they normally wouldn't. But, of course, this is the Super Bowl, so things get a little bit heightened in that regard. But I think they have to feel a little fortunate. They're only down what they are here starting the third quarter.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Lance looking to throw it. He'll air this one out deep for Sims. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
I like what they did there because many of the deep throws we see in the course of a game come to the outside, the perimeter of the field. In this case, they used the slot receiver to run deep downfield and tried to connect that way. Unsuccessful in that attempt, but I like what they were doing.
Throwing his Lance on 3rd down. toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a first down.
Time to give some credit to the big fellas, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes, because you got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
On play action, Lance. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35.
Couple of first downs right in succession, and this is an offense that could really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
36-yard line.
So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 36. On the handoff, Sermon. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the 2nd level.
And Lance will have the 1st down as he's able to slide to avoid the contact there at the end of the play.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Now a play fake. Lance looking for the end zone. And this one almost intercepted. Had a chance to come down with it in the end zone, but could not hang on.
Well, when you've got a tight end who can run, you've got to give him a shot to unlock the defense. Want to see what they can get, taking the big shot downfield. That one winds up incomplete.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Lance going to throw. That's caught by Deebo Samuel. Touchdown, San Francisco. Deebo Samuel, his 2nd touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the 49ers have regained the lead in the 2nd half of this Super Bowl. Extra point by Sly is up and good, and that will make this a 4-point game. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. Offense set at the line for this next drive. And they'll be working from behind now following the touchdown a moment ago on the opening drive of the half.
I think the guys right now, as they go out on offense, they're zeroing in on one big key. They don't have to do anything differently just because they're down on the scoreboard now. The intent, still the same in what they plan to do on offense.
From the 30 on 2nd down, Jackson, he's going to air one out. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up, because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Now it's Jackson. He'll swing this out to Dobbins. And he will have a Ravens 1st down by about a yard as they find a way to convert there on 3rd down and 5. You can just kind of sense the momentum turning here. It's 1st and 10. Dobbins running out of the gun. And he stopped immediately there. Third quarter of the biggest spectacle in sport, the Super Bowl. Thanks for joining us, everybody. 2nd and 10. Jackson from the shotgun. And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete. Another incompletion with that one. He's just 7 of 14 throwing the football. 50%. Typically not going to get it done, is it?
And let's just make it simple. And that's exactly why they trail.
An important play right here. 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
On 3rd down, Jackson. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 49. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. Well, he had to fit that into a pretty tight window over the middle. And, Charles, I think they were in zone defensively, weren't they?
They certainly were. Nice read on your part. And sometimes the quarterback isn't fooled between zone and man. Sometimes just fooled by the type of zone that he sees. Because oftentimes, those linebackers will vacate and run downfield with receivers. In this case, he pulled a pure zone and was in the wrong spot for the QB.
And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
On 2nd down, another shot for Sermon. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
And they'll try and run for the first with Sermon. And he's going to get the first down here as he's taken down at the 22. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Now a handoff, Sermon. And he's going to get forward for about 5, but that may be coming back. What say you, Mr. Referee? Can see this quite a bit on running plays where the guy's out wide. A lot of times, though, it doesn't get caught.
You're exactly right, because it's away from the play usually, so a lot of it goes undetected. But I know this will surprise you. I coach some receivers in the offseason. We work a lot on hand placement and blocking downfield. Might want to take that course.
And this nearly an interception, but it's incomplete. Well, a turnover really would have helped him there, but not to be. Well behind the sticks here with a 2nd and 18. Lance now to throw. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 19. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will bring this back. It's a pick-6 and a Raven touchdown. What a moment for him, a pick-6 in the Super Bowl. You think about some of the big pick-6s over the history of this huge game. I remember, because I was watching with a lot of Colts fans, Tracy Porter picking Peyton Manning to get the Saints' first title.
Yeah, that one pretty much sealed the deal for New Orleans as well. But I got to go back a ways because, you know, unfortunately I'm considerably older. Herb Adderley, the Green Bay Packers, got it all started. The first pick-6, Super Bowl II against the Oakland Raiders, and some of the better ones that were out there. You might remember Dwight Smith of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers had 2 in one game when they won their Super Bowl championship against Rich Gannon in Oakland. You mentioned Tracy Porter already. How about James Harrison of the Steelers? You remember that one? 100 yards right before the half ended. That was a big-time play. But for me, the absolute classic, Willie Brown in slow motion against the Vikings for the Raiders. The grand old man, Willie Brown, 75 yards.
You recall them all, and what a play here. Another pick-6 in the Super Bowl. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And last time, decent field position through the pick six. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play too.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Shotgun now for Lance. He'll air this one out deep for Sims. And that's caught inside the 35. And he is finally out of bounds, but not before taking it down inside the 30. A big play there for the Niners. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. To throw, it's Lance. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down.
And when you've thrown as many interceptions as he has in this one, you definitely start getting a little hesitant to throw the ball out wide because that's prime pick six territory. That time, he made sure the only guy who was going to catch it was sitting in the 3rd row.
They fake the handoff. Now Lance. Flush to his right. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Fortunate to get that football back because trailing here in the 2nd half, last thing they needed was to lose the possession.
And the word I think of here is opportunity because it could have been lost there, their chance to score points. But the opportunity for the defense was to go ahead and really close this game down if they were able to get possession.
So possession still theirs, but now they face a 3rd down. Off of play action, here's Lance. Steps away to his left. Oh, he'll look downfield for Kittle. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Many times when a play breaks down and the quarterback's moving around outside of the pocket, you're thinking just get rid of something short. But a lot of guys are coached, think deep, take the big shot, hoping someone can get lost behind the secondary. They weren't able to connect on that one.
So give them 3 on that drive. You know, normally you'd say, we'll take it, but the way points have been flying around, it feels like a little bit of a letdown.
Yeah, you just have to wonder, are field goals going to be enough? Because as you pointed out, the way touchdowns have been scored, does kicking a field goal actually put you at a disadvantage the rest of the way?
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. Back now here on EA Sports. All even as we get ready to start the 4th. Eight yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Another run here with Dobbins. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard. The Ravens on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1.
Well, partner, none of these runs individually have added up to a whole lot.
Now, 3 plays, all 3 short runs, but together a 1st down.
Yeah, it's amazing how the narrative changes when you string them together.
1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. The option right is Jackson. It'll be a pickup of 5 on the keeper. It's 2nd down. Now that's what he can do when he keeps the football. It's not a huge gain, but It shows how hard it can be to stop him.
Yeah, and I thought the defense had that one pretty well contained, and in fact, they probably came up and felt pretty good about what they did. Then they looked up and realized he still got good yardage out of it. He's a tough guy to stop.
Jackson with a handoff to Dobbins on the option. 5 yards on first down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on second.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. That's complete. It's Devin Duvernay. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. 2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. On the counter now, it's Dobbins. Takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there.
This has been an up and down, back and forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
Second and 9. From midfield now, here's Jackson. Eluding the pressure right. That ball caught. It's Mark Andrews, the tight end. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 23. A big play there on the catch and run.
And partner, in a tie game in the 4th quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars. And he came through with a nice catch right there.
Edwards now on 1st and 10. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Jackson. He'll dump this off complete to Dobbins. This will be a 5-yard pickup as they move it from the 20 to the 15.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
This is 3rd and 2. Maybe the biggest play in this football game. From the gun, Jackson. Escaping the pressure right. And he's got it. And he's brought down.
Let's go. Another Baltimore Raven. First down and goal to go.
Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They've got it first and goal, looking to take the lead here in the late going. Play action. Now Jackson. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. Derek Watt there to make the grab. And the Ravens have broken the tie. They get one more as the extra point's up and good, and they will take a 7-point lead. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
Made at the 25-yard line. The Niners take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. He'll look to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Brandon's okay what they're doing right now. Still able to work the middle of the field, but you know sooner or later they're going to have to stop the clock.
Back to throw. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Back to throw. That ball caught. Brandon Ayuk. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
He's back to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Whew, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle so they're ready if a tackle happens in bounds.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw. Flushed out right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
Back-to-back incompletions, but we know this is definitely 4-down territory. Time not on their side. I don't think they want to try and get the 1st down in 2 installments. I think they got to go and get it right here, right now.
From the gun on 3rd down, Lance. Samuel bringing in the slant. And he does not get to the 1st down marker as they stop him at the 19. And they'll go for it. Lance. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and that may write a finish to this Super Bowl. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And 3 timeouts remaining here defensively, but really not much reason to use them at this point, as this one is all but over.
If they use the timeouts here, it's strictly for show. We got a plane to catch.
Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
2nd and 6.
And it's all over. Just one is left standing.